Hey there, it's Tyler with AIWritingSchool.com. Today we are talking about the Claude Projects feature and how it can supercharge your AI writing. Let's jump into it. Okay, so to use the projects feature in Claude, it's really simple. And if you don't have it enabled, you can click this button here if it shows up on your dashboard. This will give you a little example of what it looks like and how to use it. But let me give you a quick breakdown of how I personally use it for AI writing. So one of the big things about the projects feature that it helps with is organizing your projects, which makes sense. But to make this, I guess, a little more practical is the way I use it is I really separate things by brand or by client or by project. And so maybe you have a certain client with a certain style. You can actually put custom instructions inside of these projects. That way, everything that's written inside of that project adheres to those guidelines or that voice, that tone, which is really, really helpful. So to give you an example of how this actually plays out, I'm going to jump into one of these projects here. This is for AIWritingSchool.com. I call it AI Writing School SEO Blogs. And basically, every chat that you create inside of this project will then adhere to any project knowledge that you've added to the project. So to add project knowledge is very simple. You just click on Add Content, and then you can upload from device, which is really simple. And you can use text documents, PDFs, things like that. There is a percentage usage that you'll see right here of knowledge size. So right now, just a couple documents, just 1% of the usage. It really depends on what type of document you're uploading, but I've uploaded PDF documents with up to like 150 pages and been completely fine with that. So as long as you're not getting into the hundreds and hundreds of pages of a PDF, then you're probably going to be okay. So the way that I use this for my AIWritingSchool.com for this SEO blogs project is I've added a text instructions here for how to write blog posts. And so this goes into the guidelines that I want to follow when it comes to creating blog posts for AI Writing School. So I have things like use clear, concise language and short paragraphs, include relevant subheadings, H2s and H3s to structure the content and improve SEO, include examples or case studies. So all these things, even meta descriptions of 110 to 120 characters, word count. So all these things are guidelines that's specific to my brand. Now, if I were to have another client, I could completely change these instructions and use a different project and keep those two things separately. So if you think about how Claude used to work without projects, you're just one chat after another, and there's really no way to organize it. So that's what's so helpful about this. Another thing I have here is a text document that I've uploaded that contains the overall voice and tone that I want to use when I'm writing things for AIWritingSchool.com. So I have be direct and conversational, informal, humorous, confident, pragmatic and no nonsense, motivational, so on and so on. I have these guidelines for using contractions, sentence structure, paragraphs, and this is really just to train and instruct the AI, to instruct Claude and train it in such a way that it adheres to the project that I'm working on. So this project again is for SEO blogs. And so anything that I type in here now is going to adhere to this project knowledge. So it improves your productivity and your time because you're now not having to rewrite prompts over and over again or copy and paste a prompt over and over again. It also makes it more organized and makes it easier to work on multiple projects at once without it becoming overwhelming or losing your train of thought. Another thing this helps with is not hitting your usage limits. So if you put things inside of a project, you can put multiple chats inside of a project and still have things adhere to a guideline without having to reprompt because it's adhering to the project knowledge. So that is another big major factor when it comes to using projects and why it's so important. So let's do a test here. Write a blog post on AI writing for entrepreneurs. And this is super basic. But I want to do this because I want to show you that this is a very basic, kind of terrible prompt, but I don't have to really give it much more than that because I have the project knowledge that really makes it adhere to what I want it to do. So it's giving me a title here. It's giving me a meta description that I've asked for. It's giving me the content. It's giving me H2s that make sense and are really targeting the AI writing for entrepreneurs. It's giving me a very well-structured blog So all these things are happening because of that project knowledge. I'm not having to reprompt again. My prompt here was a bad prompt, or a bad prompt in air quotes. It's actually a good prompt because of the project knowledge. So this is a great way to really improve your productivity, improve the speed of using AI, and improve your speed of using Claude. It even gives suggested internal links and external links. Now, I want to caution you with this. Claude is not great at giving you actual links. It can give you maybe something to Google and you grab a link. I'm using this now just because it's good practice to have internal and external links. What I will probably do is just go in here and change these out and put the accurate links in here. But this gives you a great start. And again, this is going to help you avoid hitting your usage limits because you're putting instructions in project knowledge rather than adding additional text. And more text in a single chat makes you hit your usage limit quicker. So hopefully this is helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much.